if I can vent for just a moment, I'm a little amped up right now. I just caught somebody with my 2 eyes. Garbage day. And somebody was taking my blue bin for recycling and was trying to put it in the back of their car. So I ran out screaming and hollering like the Ultimate Warrior and Macho Man, kind of like a combo of the two. And the guy was apologetic, of course, because he got caught right-handed. See, most people, they have their cars parked in their driveway. It's just kind of a thing. Very few people park their cars in their driveway, so it would have looked like nobody was home. Because it's a Monday, it's lunchtime, most people aren't home. Oh, I'm home, and I'm watching. I got cameras circling all the way around the house. Anyways, you think Braun Breaker is wild? Oh yeah, you haven't seen shit. Alright, anyways. Okay, I'm recording, my microphone is on. Let's get right down to business. CM Punk started off the show. And he was going on a little bit about Money in the Bank, talking about John Cena, how's its retirement tour, as everybody knows now, in 2025. And I just smacked my microphone. Anyways, he wants Drew suspended. He wants Drew's suspension lifted so that he can face him. Seth Rollins comes out. Seth is mad at CM Punk for Money in the Bank for obvious reasons. Says he'll snap CM Punk's arm when he's medically cleared. Punk did apologize to him, but then he's like, you know what, but it's you, Seth. Am I really sorry? So this whole thing was really nice, and what's really nice on top of that, because this is such like a big thing, I just want to make sure, because I get OCD if my microphone is like this or if it's like that. I feel like I always want it like properly that looks bad. Anyhow, never mind that. What's really cool is WWE, just like with The Rock and all that, saw this as like a big deal. The whole whopping 15 minutes can be watched right on the website. You just need internet. You don't need cable television, because there are, again, a few people that watch my, whatever you want to call this thing, and they don't even watch wrestling, but they like being kept in the loop of things. They like all those added little details and such. Backstage really quick. Dom not happy teaming up with Liv. She says that she's helping. And I wrote it's a bit odd. It's just a bit odd because of that whole thing again, where because of the way society is, usually it's the guy that's always pestering a girl. Oh, come on. You know you like it, and you want me around and all this kind of stuff. But in this case, and it can happen. I've had it happen a few times. Looking at me, you wouldn't think that that's true. But I've had a few people act like Liv before. It's rare, but it's happened to me a few times. But it didn't last nearly as long as it's doing so here during the show. But I know that they're just putting on just that, a show, so whatever. Chad Gable versus Jey Uso. It was kind of dumb because the Wyatt Six lights out fiasco thing, it caused Chad to get taken out by Spear so quickly. Nikki Cross came out, delivered another tape. I wish they would have waited till near the end of the match. I get it, they're interrupting the match, whatever. I really hate distractions being like the cause of a loss, especially when it's like a roll-up pin. It's something really simple that really shouldn't take you out for the count of 3. But whatever. So this could have been a little bit better. I wish the match would have just been at least a little bit longer. But here we are. Now, this was interesting. At least I thought so. So Pete Dunne, as we all know, his name used to be Butch when he was with the Brawling Brutes with Sheamus. We'll get to that in a second. So Pete Dunne versus Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed did defeat Pete Dunne. I thought it kind of happened a little quickly, but whatever. It was fine. It was a quick match. Pete Dunne wasn't really able to show off how strong or how wild he was, or maybe he did a little bit. Again, just one of those things where I wish the match could have gone on a little bit longer. Bronson essentially made quick work of him, and then Bronson went to attack him post-match. So Sheamus came out, kicked Bronson out. Sheamus goes to hug Pete Dunne and be like, hey, man, how's it going? Pete Dunne pushed Sheamus aside and was just like, you know what, forget you, walked away. Probably felt abandoned from a scripted perspective from the whole time that he had just like disappeared. But when you think about it, Sheamus was legitimately injured, but I think it was because I don't think he kept in touch with Ridge Holland, Ridge the Fridge, who turned on Butch, now known as Pete Dunne. And literally, it looks like that whole thing is done. Pun intended. So there you have it. A little bit of drama there. Backstage, no, this I got to talk about. This is Orlando Jordan. Remember, they used to push this guy as being the son of Kurt Angle, but anyways, he suffered a really bad neck injury, but now he still works with WWE, which is really cool. Backstage Judgment Day, take a walk. As Priest says he's got this in talking to Seth Rollins. Rollins praises Priest for being great, for keeping his word, keeping the Judgment Day out of the title match, not interrupting, kind of like doing like what Gunther did for like 99% of his matches. And Priest says, you know what? After Gunther, never mind the gentleman's agreement of you not being able to challenge me for the World Heavyweight Championship. You and me can go to war again anytime, any place after SummerSlam. Throughout the stipulation, that again just makes Priest look stronger, look less afraid, because back in the day, Seth Rollins used to be one of the biggest scaredy cats because he was playing, I don't know why my hand keeps doing this, but that was just his gimmick back in the day with J&J Security and all that. Yeah, anyways, Orlando Jordan, you'll have to look him up. I think that was his name. Yeah. Lumberjack Zane comes out, talks about Braun Breaker in Toronto. Breaker naturally comes out, stares into Sammy's soul, says nothing, starts by saying, I don't need a rematch. I didn't win. You beat me. Not a lot of people can say they did that. And then he charged Zane. I know I feel like I'm being very critical this week, but whatever. What I didn't like was I saw Braun coming a mile away, and somehow Sammy didn't even budge. It was just like he ate it. And after he took 2 spears, all of a sudden, Dragunov comes out and he's like, come on, we need a medic out here. A medic? Have you seen what he's been through before and he didn't need a medic? Or anybody else for that? I just feel like that whole somebody get a medic. You get like a slap in the face backstage and Adam Pearce is like calling for a medic. You know, I just feel like sometimes that's overly dramatized for no reason. Judgment Day tag champs and Carlito versus Awesome Truth and Braun Strowman. Too much showboating from R-Truth led to the coup de grace from Grand Slam Finn. So they won the Judgment Day. And I just hope that this doesn't have the Miz turn on R-Truth. I really hope, they just stick to it. And the whole... Oh, this is important. This is very important. Sorry, they're not showing it here, but believe me, this is probably one of the highlights of the night. So backstage, Liv and Dom were chatting about strategy, right? And Liv was like sort of half on Dom with his leg up in the air because she was helping him stretch his hamstring, and then Priest comes around the corner. He's like, "Oh, what's going on there?" Then you see JD McNuggets bowling ball head just peek out from around the corner. Grand Slam Finn, Carlito, and was like, oh, that's cool. And they're like, what's going on here? And then Priest is all I can't even talk. Priest was all like, I told you to handle your business with Liv. It shouldn't be that hard. And Carlito was like, it looks pretty. It looks pretty hard to me. Oh, man, I don't know why it shouldn't be that funny, but it was that funny for me. And then we went from something so lighthearted, goofy, and funny to another Bo Dallas Uncle Howdy VHS tape. This is now number 3, and this was amazing as always. Backstage, Chad Gable runs into Adam Pearce, and then Adam says, I'll talk to you later. And then as he walks into his office, and then nothing else ever came of it the rest of the night. But Bo Dallas was seen in Pearce's office. What did they discuss? I don't know. Ilya Dragunov only defeated Braun Breaker by disqualification because he tossed a chair at his skull. Zayn came out to help, but Breaker broke Zayn. Damage Control with Caden. Oh, I was like, where am I? Damage Control with Caden and Katana with Lyra Valkyria. And they got defeated by Damage Control. And then Zoe Stark, Shayna Baszler, Sonya Deville came out attacking. They ran past Caden, Katana, and Lyra Valkyria, but they focused on attacking Damage Control and put the women's division on notice, saying, hey, this was a warning shot. We're here. So they're now like some kind of faction. I don't know. This was nice. The real dad versus the son. Rey Mysterio and Rey Mysterio, yes, and Zelina Vega versus Dirty Dom and Liv. And this was nice because, again, from a non-scripted standpoint, from a non-kayfabe standpoint, this has to be amazing, all these interactions that they get to have with each other. I don't think this happens too often where a son and or daughter, whatever, is able to professionally wrestle their parent. Like, that's really, really cool. And I'm like really, really old because I'm not that far off from Rey Mysterio's age. But then in the end, the highlight of the night was at the end. Oh, I thought it said 12 minutes. No, 2 minutes. Well, I mean, I guess you could see it right there. At the end, it was one of the first times that Dom was like, oh, okay. He got pulled on top of Liv in the ring, and it looked like they were gonna like kiss or have a moment there. And wow. Just wow. Rhea Ripley came out, and then Liv naturally ran away. She hid, tucked her tail, and ran. She took Dom's tail with her. And yeah, and that was that. So Mommy is back. And I can't even tell you, I hope she whoops the shit out of Liv Morgan. Claims back her title. She was on an incredible, dominant, believable run. And only lost. Actually, she didn't lose. She had to relinquish it because of a real-life injury. And we thought she was going to be out for a super, super, super long time. But a lot of these big, massive injuries, sometimes these people can come back pretty quick. Look at how pretty fast CM Punk is healing. Yeah. Anyhow, I had fun. Yes, I feel like I nitpicked a little bit with the show, but I feel like that's actually what I want to do a little bit. It's not like I'm just sitting there constantly dunking on the show. I'm enjoying myself. I told you, it doesn't matter what 3-letter acronym wrestling promotion I watch. I take the good, I take the bad, I focus on the good, but if there's some stuff that really does stand out to me that I'm like, yeah, okay, well, then I can't help but to talk about that. And if it happens 3, 4, 5 times in a night with WWE, I'm going to call it out. I will. I don't want to be like a fanboy that's just like, oh, no, they can't do any wrong. No, they can, and they have, and it's really not that big of a deal. Thumbs up if you liked the video. It does greatly help support that channel with the algorithm. And if you didn't like the video, go ahead, give it a thumbs down. I'll bend it in half, twist it. No Solo Sikoan spike for you this week. Instead, you get angry mommy coming after you to bend that thumb in half. So you're off the hook. Not really, but... And if you want to subscribe to the channel, exactly. Naturally, that would be great. But if not, thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care. And if I'm lucky, maybe I'll see some of you in the next one. Bye for now.